All right, so we're going for solving equations by squaring both sides, grade 11 and 12. We're going for question number 4. I kept the other questions on purpose so that you can actually see what we went through. All right, so now the first thing I need to do a rest or restriction. First, I'm looking under that radical sign. So I'm going to take the 2x plus the 3. It must be greater than or equals to 0. Then if I solve for x, I'm doing it one time. You're going to have x must be greater than or equals to negative 3 over the 2, meaning negative 1.5. That's a first restriction. The second restriction is this one, under the radical sign, meaning we are gonna take x plus 1 must be greater than or equals to 0. Transposing it to the other side, it's telling me x must be greater than or equals to negative 1. All right. So in my mind, it's telling me greater than 1.5, negative 1.5, and the other one says greater than negative 1. I know the answer is this one. It's greater than negative. I know that, but I'm going to show it to you using a number line. So if we place them on the number line, let me just convince you that one. Negative 3 over the 2 is 1.5, negative 1.5. You can see negative 1.5, negative 1.5. You see that? So if you go place it on a number line, it has to be here. So negative 3 all over the 2. But the negative 1 is bigger. There it is. So this one says greater than or equals to. So I must shade that dot. And I must point towards the right-hand side. Remember, I love to show that this is dealing with x. The next one, it also says greater than equals to. So here's I need to shade it there, all right? And then we need to point to the right-hand side. So we check where the two lines intersect, the yellow one. They intersect starting from here. So that means x is greater than or equals to negative 1. Good. So I might as well remove everything we wrote down. And we can represent the restriction by x must be greater than or equals to negative 1. There we go. All right, let's look at the step number 2. Isolate the radical signs or radical signs. Put one on the left, put one on the right. All right, look, this one is on its own on the right. This one, it's on the left here. This one is on the right, but it's not alone. It is with the one. So how do I get rid of it? How do I get rid of that one? You can't. You can't. This one is standing alone. If you didn't have the one, if this was gone, it would be good. But then that's what you can do. Remember, I said you can keep on squaring again and again and again. So we take that equation, which is square root of 2x. Allow me to jot it down. And then I'm equating it to the other side. I'm rejoining it, and then plus 1. And then plus 1 outside the radical sign. So what's the first step? First step is to square both sides. So I need to square here. All right. I also need to square here. Listen, I said when you're squaring both sides, you always have a maximum of 2 pairs of parentheses or brackets. 1 pair on the left, 1 pair on the right, because you square the entire left-hand side. The whole left-hand side must be within the parentheses. The entire right-hand side must be within the parentheses. Don't do this. Don't say, isn't it we are squaring the square roots? No, we're not squaring the square roots. We're squaring the left side and the right-hand side. Somebody will say, oh, I need to square the square root like that. And also come and square that one. That's nonsense. No, 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 no. You are not targeting the square root as such. You are targeting left-hand side and right-hand side. That's all there is. Once you've got more than 2 pairs of brackets, you are wrong. You cannot go more than that. All right, so I'm stressing that, please. All right, so let's proceed. The radical sign will fall off. You now have 2x plus the 3 equals to, come on, this is FOIL method. That square root of x plus 1 will multiply itself, so the square root will be gone. You're left with x plus 1. Then you've got square root of x plus 1 plus times 1, it's square root of x plus 1. But you're going to double that. It's a middle term. Just do foiling. You know it. So it's going to be x plus 1. There we go. And now I square the 1. It's going to be plus 1. Let's go back to the rules. The rule says next square both sides until no radical sign remains. So I have a radical. I still have the square root there. I said, dude, I need to get rid of you. So what do? I isolate that square root again for the second time. So I'm going to gather everything to the left-hand side, but I want to go chop. Watch now. Do you see that x? When it comes here, it's 2 minus x. It's going to be just x. Trust me. You know your mathematics. Here you've got 1 plus 1, which is 2. So the 2 goes that side. So it's 3 minus 2. So you're left with x plus 1. And then you are now left with 2 square root of x plus 1. Now the radical sign has been isolated. Now what do? You square again. What if it appears again, the radical sign? You square again. What if it comes again? Square again and again and again and again until no radical sign. You can repeat as many times as you can until it disappears. Good. This one here is a foiling, so it's going to give me x squared plus the 2x, then plus the 1. Please double check me, guys. And then here the 2 will be squared. You've got 4. The radical sign falls off. You got x plus 1 in the parentheses. So there we go. Now I'm bringing everything to the left-hand side. Check how sharp I'm going to do it. I'm going to write the x squared. You see that term? It's 2x. This side, it would have been 4x. So I take it to the left. 2x minus 4x is minus 2x. There we go. Look, here I've got a positive 1, but this side it would have been 4 times 1, a positive 4. Take it over. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. There we go. Everything equals to 0. This one looks like we can factorize. Because we now have x, I know we're going to need a 3 and a 1. Everybody can tell that, x, and then 1, and then we equate that to 0. All right, so because it says different signs, one is a plus, one is a minus. The bigger one, that one is a minus, this one takes a plus. Now I've got x equals to positive 3. Or I've got x equals to negative 1. Now watch now. I'm putting this one in the parentheses, and then the red one, and this one I'm putting in the green. Which one could be our culprit? Let's check. Can you see the restriction tells me I'm looking for something that's greater than or equals to negative 1. Is this greater than negative 1? Yes, it is. How about this one? Is this greater than or equals to negative? Yes, it is. So both of them could be a solution. It's possible for them according to the restriction. But remember the last step. You need to check if they are the solution indeed. What do we mean they are solution? I'm saying it again. We mean they are the solution of the original equation before you square both sides. Okay? But these ones are always the solution of the squared one. These ones are the solution of this blue one after we squared. Everything that is written in yellow is a solution of that. All right, but it's not necessarily the solution of the original. But let's just check now, because you now know how to check now. Let's use 3 and z. So if we're to put a 3 here, and also go put a 3 that side. So let's look at, this is 2 times 3, which is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So left-hand side, you've got a 3. How about the right-hand side? Well, you got 3 plus 1, which is 4. Square root of 4, it's 2. Plus the 1 on our side, which is 3. Bingo, the red one is correct. How about the other one? Let's double check it. You've got negative 1 there. So I'm going to slot in a negative 1 there. All right? And then let's slot in a negative 1 there. All right, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Plus 3 is a positive 1. Then square root of 1 is 1. So you left with 1 on the left-hand side. Are we getting a 1 this side? Look at that. Minus 1 plus a 1 is 0. Square root of 0 is 0. Plus 1 is a 1. Bingo! It's also an answer. So both of them are now more than an answer. They are the solution. Remember, just because you've got an answer, it does not mean it's a solution. An answer means you have solved, you've gotten the values, but solution means this is the one that works. All right, remember, Jesus is the God of maths and science, not me. I'm just a vessel. I'm just a servant. Thank you very much. God bless you.